OpenAI's Assistants. Soon, you will be using them everywhere, and you won't even know that they are there. In November, OpenAI introduced the introverted GPTs, much talked about in the media at the time, even though they can only be found in the ChatGPT own webpage. They also introduced the GPT's extroverted cousin, the Assistants, and this is their story. What are they? Where can we find them? How can I utilize them? And for what? And what will the cost be? So, Assistants, what is it? It is a combination of components that can be called as one, and then run in sequence or in parallel. It is available through the API, so they are made for integration to anything available on the web. The components are today code interpreter, retrieval, functions, and ChatGPT. We believe that sound and speech, in and out, will be included very soon, and possibly even image generation. So what do these components do? Starting off with code interpreter. It can write and execute code to solve a problem. My mental model of it is that if there is a Python library for the task, it can do it. For instance, creating a QR code, reading CVS files and analyzing them, code generation, code review, code optimization, bug identification, code explanation, code language translation, generating test cases, doing serious math problems, and visualizing data. And then retrieval. Retrieval can read a number of pre-uploaded files, like prepping the assistant with domain-specific data or databases. Functions. Functions is calling your own defined code with parameters. This can be used, for instance, for web scraping, accessing some local database, or triggering a specific automation flow in something like Zapier. But it all needs your code to do all these. And finally, we have ChatGPT, which handles all your chats with the assistant. So, assistants are a combination of code interpreter, retrieval, functions, and ChatGPT. So, what will be the most probable use cases for assistants? We have a tiny bit knowledge about this today. It's a bit early, actually. But we're thinking interactive chatbots, possibly on steroids. First-level customer supports and their kind of chatbots. Or a bot team of 3 differently role-based assistants cooperating in doing research, and this to increase quality of what they find. One thing to keep in mind here is that many assistants solving the same task, we should consider the cost of running them, because more or less they will cost n times the normal cost for one assistant when it comes to running 3 in parallel. or running n assistants in parallel. So these suggested use cases are still a bit thin, but it should be in a field a bit more complex than operating your local UL lamps, for instance, as I have seen suggested. I don't think we have seen the really tough use cases where assistants will shine yet. So I'm looking forward to that unfolding. So how will I, as a normal user, use the assistants? I will not see them in applications or web pages or web applications or phone applications. They will just enhance chatbots, searches, and more complex inquiries, doing complex operations behind the scenes. So basically, I won't even see them. So, how do I, as a developer, utilize assistants in my app? You need to start off setting up an account for OpenAI, the API of OpenAI, and get an API key. That account will also be billed with a monthly bill. Then you can either create your assistant using the OpenAI webpage or playground, or you can set it up using API calls. The playground is very nice to use in the beginning. And then your assistant is ready to be run. And this is done by your application creating a thread connected to your assistant. And then a run is connected to your thread. You start off by filling up some initial messages with information in your thread, and then make a call to start the actual run. Today, your application needs to poll the status of the run periodically. You need to check for when or if the thread need more information, or if you need to call a function call for it. And then your application need to call that function and return back the result of that call as a message, put it in the thread, and restart the run for a second batch. Another thing to check for when checking the status is when the run reaches its final state. Then we can also check the final message, which contains the result of this whole operation, and we can present that to the user as a result. Now, OpenAI is currently said to be working on ways to remove this need for polling. I hope they do it fast, but who knows how long it will take. Now, I will probably make a future video on implementation of one assistant using Python. When it is out, I will put a card up in the corner. Now, if you like this series on the OpenAI API, do like and subscribe. There are new releases in this area constantly. For instance, in 4 days' time, Google is going to release their API, we hope. And you bet it, I will be checking that one, what can be done. Now, what will it cost to run an assistant? The cost of a run will be the sum of the components that the assistant is using. Currently, the cost of each components are ChatGPT 4 Turbo is 1 cent per 1K token in and 3 cents per 1K token out. Code Interpreter is 3 cents per hour and thread. And finally, Retrieval. It is 20 cents per gigabyte per assistant per day. And all these prices are as of December 23. Now, if you like to run ChatGPT with image creation directly in your terminal window, yes, this can be done on Windows as well. Do check the suggested video where I go into how to set it up for you. Click it and I will see you in there in just a second.